Okay, so let's tell the audience what Essential Offices does and like what service do you guys offer? Like,
We're shared office space. So
Okay.
we provide offices to different businesses and workspace to different businesses now. I think with an office, you're free to go next door and say, hey, what if we did this? What if we
Yep.
did that? And just kind of kick it around. I enjoy being around people. I enjoy the community of being in an office. The heart of what we do is service and community, and that has stuck with us.
Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Owens. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Unicorn. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring a bell so you get those notifications. And if you work at a place or you're an owner of a company and you want to be highlighted on one of our episodes, be sure to leave a comment of the name of the company, what you do, and we'll start working you into our episodes at no cost. I found a unicorn. Her name is Beth I'm gonna butcher it. DeGraffenreid.
That's it.
All right, there we go. The owner of Essential Offices in Oklahoma City and in Edmond.
Correct.
Did I get it all right?
Yes.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming. I have some questions for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? All right. Have you ever officed at a place you did not like?
Yes, sir, I have.
You have?
I think we all have.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are good memories, right?
No, but those memories did propel me to start my own business.
Okay, nice. Do you ever work from home?
Sometimes.
Do you like it?
Not really. I enjoy being around people. I enjoy
Yeah.
the community of being in an office.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's nice having an office that you can have the community and then you can shut the door.
Yes. And I didn't enjoy planned collaboration during COVID.
Okay.
Like, you had to plan a day and a time to talk to people.
Right.
And you had to be in a specific place. And I think with an office, you're free to go next door and say, hey, what if we did this? What if we did that? And just kind of kick it around.
Yeah, I like that too. Like, look at this.
Yes.
Yeah, like in our industry, it's like upload a video, download a video, talk about it. It's like, no, you could just say, come here and look at it. It's just way more efficient.
I've got an idea, or we have a situation, or what are we going to do with this?
So, when working from home, are you efficient? I know the answer to this. I already know. I would say that you are.
Yes, I'm efficient. I do my head down work really the best at home.
Okay.
Because there's no distraction.
Are you an early morning worker or evening?
Both.
Okay. It seems like some people are like, I do really good early in the morning, and some people are like, I work really well when it's like 9 o'clock at night.
Sometimes I'm just compelled. Like one time I had this project rolling around in my head, and I couldn't sleep, so I just got out of bed at 4 o'clock and just, got it done, hammered it out. Yeah.
Do you have any funny stories about Essential Offices that you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, we are a shared office and co-working company, so we have many different businesses in our office with a central reception area, and my staff mans the reception area. So there have been some funny things that we see in the reception area, but the one that comes to mind the most is during the summer months, we had someone visit our client in a full witch costume, pointy hat, painted face, purple, green, full-on witch.
Okay.
Coming for just a business meeting.
Okay.
During the day, during the week.
That worked out all right.
And it's really hard not to laugh. It's
yeah.
Because, people have to be themselves, but gosh, that was such a surprise.
Yeah, no kidding. What about, have you ever watched the movie Office Space?
Yes, I love that movie.
You do?
Yes.
Favorite part or favorite character?
Oh, I like the boss. I like the boss wanting the TPS reports. That's just the way he talks and says, yeah, I'm going to have you come in this weekend. That's just funny.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of people's favorite moment.
Yeah.
Why are you a unicorn, Beth?
Well, I'm persistent.
Yeah.
Dogged, stubborn. But that has, I've been in business for 35 years, and I'm doing the same thing in different ways for 35 years. And you kind of have to stick with it because it's hard. Owning your own business is hard.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think a lot of people think that it's an easy way to go, that they'd rather not be an employee, that they'd rather be a boss. But no, owning your own business is hard.
Yeah, I've heard, man, you're living the American dream. It's so flexible and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, yeah, if you're going to use all that flex time that you have, you're going to go out of business.
That's right.
Especially if you're just starting up.
That's right. And it's not flexible because you are answerable to your employees, your customers, your vendors.
Yeah.
There is no flexibility. It never leaves my head. It's always in my head. And I'm always thinking about how can we do this differently? How can we do this better? What should we do about this or that? It never leaves.
Yeah.
My business is me and I am my business.
Yeah.
There's no separation.
And then also it's like, you have no boss, right? Because you own your own business.
Right.
And I disagree with that because every one of our clients is a boss to us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like we have lots of bosses.
Right.
And we do what they tell us to do, and we will guide them as much as they will be led,
Yes. And then I'm also cognizant of, I have employees with families to feed that are counting on my decisions to drive our company and make sure that they have a job.
And you've made some big ones lately. We're going to get into those.
Yes, we have.
Lately. We're going to get into those. Well, something else that, I've heard is you like a challenge. You're a unicorn because of you like a challenge.
I do like a challenge.
Right.
I really enjoy doing hard things.
Okay.
Doing easy things is okay, and you can coast a little bit. And after doing a hard thing, doing an easy thing is kind of good and fun. But I do like to do hard things.
Is being here easy or hard?
In between.
A little uncomfortable.
Well,
but
yes.
you should do it, right? Because it makes you a little uncomfortable.
Right, exactly. Because with discomfort comes learning and growth.
Yep. All right. So I also heard on the streets that your original goal was to do something in audio originally. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you to that little birdie.
When I was in junior high and high school, I enjoyed running sound for our chorus and concerts, and I really liked hooking everything up. We did all the microphones. We had a little 16-channel soundboard. We had a light board, and I really enjoyed running sound and lights. And I tried a little bit in the first couple of years of college to dabble in that and learn about that and try and. There wasn't a clear path for me as a female.
Okay.
At
that time. What year was that?
At 1979 to 81 or 82. There weren't any, girls didn't do that.
Okay.
And I enjoy doing things that girls don't do.
Yeah.
And have always enjoyed doing things that girls don't do. But I just couldn't see how I could make a living at it.
Okay. And
I wanted to be smart about what my degree was in, and I wondered, there wasn't a sound degree, there was an engineering degree, but that was, I was in the business school, so I just didn't see a clear path, and I abandoned it, but I always wanted to do it.
Yeah, well, you had to test the waters, right?
Right.
But, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you get to where you're at today then?
I went to work, I got a degree in accounting, and went to work for a public accounting firm, which is...
That helped your business a lot.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Well, number one, I learned how to be professional. So that's really important. Professional act, to dress professionally and how people in a professional environment act. So that was very important and something that I've used forever. And then the next thing is I learned about office politics, which I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And...
those are fun.
Yeah. No, I got hammered.
Yeah.
Is what happened.
Okay.
But I was there for 2 years, and it was great experience. And I have friends now that are good friends that I made at that time.
Yeah.
So it was great training ground and learning ground, and I wouldn't trade it.
So then you just said, hey, I'm going to go into...
Right. Well, no. Then I went to work for a startup company, which was really fun. And I was the 11th employee, and I was a financial analyst. Okay. So that was really fun. So they were creating a database from scratch from financial data and transmitting that We didn't have the internet. Transmitting that over ISDN lines to New York City to Wall Street. And so I created all the definitions for each database item and then went through all the reports and how it came out on the end and how the end user would see the information and how we're going to make sure that we get the right, consistent information. It was very detail-oriented.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll get into, essential offices in a little bit. We're going to take a break for our episode sponsor. We usually sometimes have a commercial for ourselves, but we've actually done some work. DesignTunnel's done some work for Beth. So this time we're going to play the commercial that we made for your company.
Oh, how cool.
And I think it's like 30 seconds to a minute. Mm-hmm. It's of her new location. She did some remodeling, so we filmed a commercial for her to promote that. So check it out.
Hi, I'm Beth DeGraffenreid, owner of Essential Offices. I want to give you a tour of our new Union Plaza location in Oklahoma City.
When you're looking for a higher level of service from people who care, come to Essential Offices. We meet the needs of business at every stage. We have day passes for flex desks, private space by the hour, customized turnkey private offices, and virtual offices. All of our memberships have enterprise-grade technology with all-inclusive pricing and flexible terms. Essential Offices keeps you online with our secure fiber internet. Focus on what's most important while our staff takes care of the rest. Your membership can be customized to your essential needs, including live answering phone calls, scheduling appointments, and pickup services, to name a few. Our spaces are fully furnished and equipped with everything you need for remote and in-person meetings. Whether you need team offices, drop-in private spaces, or a meeting room for a few minutes, we have your solution. The community kitchen is a great place to catch up with neighbors, grab a snack, and design a beverage that suits your mood so you can focus on important projects. Drop in to answer emails and catch up between appointments at one of our dedicated desks. All-inclusive rates provide turnkey options, sit-to-stand desks, and executive views on a variety of budgets. Essential Offices, when service really matters. Call to schedule a quick tour now.
All right. Well, you did a great job.
Thank you.
In the commercial.
So did you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. Well, we love it, and thanks for the opportunity, and I think it turned out great too. So it really shows off the new place, and go check out Essential Offices. Let's get into business hacks and life hacks. What business hacks do you have for our audience? You're super intelligent, super successful, and you're not done. So what business hack you got?
I think the best thing that I can say is to be yourself, that you know the answer deep down, that you, in your heart, you know the answer.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people saying, you should do this, you should do that. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. Oh, be this, be that. Have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? And they're chasing lots of different directions. And in the end, it's about being yourself and being the best part of who you are. Go to the crux of who you are and lean into that and do that.
Awesome. Yeah, I would say I've been saying this a lot lately. Is we're all vanilla, but we all just have different vanilla.
Exactly.
So yeah. Everyone's different.
Yes.
So what about life hacks?
I have found that I really like collaboration. I like to run things by people and talk to people. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I was reticent to do that when I was younger because I didn't want to appear weak or that I didn't know something that I thought I should know. Okay. But in the end, I think that together as a group, we get to the next thing faster with, thinking as a group. Sure. Because a lot of times you don't end up where one person in the group thinks you should be because one person says something and it's like, oh yeah. And then it spurs an idea from someone else that they would not have had. Yeah. And you get to that next thing faster.
This happens to me all the time. So I have there's a challenge and I'm like, I should probably just offload this to the team. And then when I don't offload it to the team, it ends up not getting done because I'm the bottleneck. And then when you give it to the team, it gets done within 15 minutes. Right. And it's a really good idea.
And it's much better than it would have been.
And why didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have a really hard time doing that.
I'm often the bottleneck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why.
Well,
but,
because I
yeah.
want to make sure that it's right.
Yeah.
I'm very conscientious, and I just want to, I have an idea, and I think, oh, is that the right? Maybe we shouldn't. I'll think about it a little more.
Yeah.
And, you should just ask the team, let them handle it, get on to the next
Where
thing.
do you think essential offices would be if it just started today versus 35 years ago? You think it'd be easier to start it up today, or do you think it was easier to start it 35 years ago? Today, it's 2024.
Today, it's harder for different reasons. Because today it's easier to find out what other people do because we have the internet.
Right.
When I started back in '89, that was the year the internet came out.
Mm-hmm.
So my business has evolved as technology has evolved.
Yeah.
And we've had to change how we do what we do.
Yeah.
We haven't really changed.
You're very adaptive.
Yeah. So we've had to change how we do what we do, what it looks like, who's doing the work. So just pretty much everything about how we do what we do has changed.
Yeah.
Except for, the heart of what we do is service and community, and that has stuck with us through the whole 35 years.
What about, this is like more of a, I bet you're a huge planner, right?
Oh, yes.
Where would you be without your plan?
Oh, gosh.
You would be taking on all those ideas and suggestions of everyone else, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I would be somewhere else completely.
Yeah.
But I do believe that we are executing my original plan right now.
Back from 35 years ago?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
So in our model, we're just doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So I think when I started, starting was difficult because it was hard to get information about the industry and about how people do it.
Is there a market for it?
Right, exactly. Yeah. All that stuff, which is easy to get now.
Okay.
But the hard part now is the money. It's a lot of money to start it up.
Yeah.
So getting money, getting funding, getting capital is much more difficult now than it used to be. And I need more money to do this now than I used to when I first started.
Yeah. Okay, so let's tell the audience what Essential Offices does and like what service do you guys offer? Like
we're shared office space. So we provide offices to different businesses and workspace to different businesses now in a shared environment. So it's called flexible office space or co-working. It used to be called executive suites, but mainly I set up a reception area, meeting rooms, kitchen, coffee, Ethernet connections in the private offices, and build out everything so that anybody can show up with a laptop, plug into secure Ethernet, internet, and work that right then that day. And you don't have to do anything to prepare.
Nice. So you can come in on an hourly basis, or you can do it for a month, or rent it for a year.
That's
whatever
right.
it is. You got a team that's growing. You can use it to grow, right?
Right, and you could. It's good for anybody that is in a transition, like riding the waves of business. Business goes up and down. If you're in any kind of a transition, you're just starting up. If you're being purchased or you're moving or you're out on your own and you might want to grow some.
You need an assistant, right?
Exactly.
Because you have the staff to...
Right. And we have staff that can help out with admin services and greet guests. We even live answer phones. When that was one thing that we did when we started that we still do because I enjoy talking to a real person when I call a business.
Right. So if you just got a backpack and you need a place to go flex space, or if you need to look professional, I think that's what I get from your whole concept and your location is that it's professional.
Yes.
You need that professional look. This is the place to come. Even if you office out of your house and then you need to go have a professional meeting, right?
Yes, it's perfect for that. Or, if the internet goes down at your house or if your kids are home sick or whatever and you just need a quiet place to work, that's us, and you can do that for a day or an hour.
Yeah. So, it sounds like people and companies grow into your space because you have so much, and then they can also grow out of it.
That's true.
Right?
Grow with it and grow out of it.
Yeah. I don't know, anything else you want to add on what you guys offer? Does that kind of cover it?
Well, we offer the office space, the admin services. We do what's called a virtual office. So if you have an LLC that you want a business address for, we can hook you up with an address and a little bit of meeting room time if you want to meet clients.
Okay.
So that's called a virtual office. And then also co-working, just come in with your backpack and have a great cup of coffee or some tea or water and have a quiet place to work.
I believe whenever we were there, we filmed a sales team, right?
Yes.
So the sales team is having a sales meeting in the conference room, so everyone's on the same page with the remote,
Right.
out of state
Right.
concept.
And so, and it's all secure internet, so you don't have to worry about, shared internet.
Cool. What's been the most pivotal part in like your life and like in your company? Like what has kind of said, if this would not have happened, or because of this, it maybe do, like, are there any like, growth or like things that stick out to you?
Right. I think, we've had many phases of the business. And when one phase is coming to an end, usually revenues will go down. And then that makes it tough, and you have to, you need to do something. And so this past time, I knew that what we were doing was out of date and needed to be modernized and updated.
Yeah, you remodeled a whole floor, and then you got another floor.
And I knew that,
redoing.
and then I started down that road, and then COVID came.
Nice.
So it kind of put the brakes on everything for a couple of years, really, 2 or 3 years. So it took me 2 or 3 years to make this next thing. But I knew that either we needed to close the business and just go home, or do this different thing. That there wasn't any in between. It was go big or go home kind of a situation.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to go big. I wanted to do it. So we doubled the size of our Oklahoma City location, and we rebuilt all the space so that it's light and bright and
that was
modern.
in the commercial. That was in the commercial. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's much lighter, much brighter, more modern. We have extra revenue streams now that we didn't. We're offering different products from what we could before. And then the staff is just really excited and
what's
engaged.
been the feedback from, because I would assume you're same, a lot of the same people that were using, I'm going to say the older space are using the newer space.
Yes.
What's the feedback?
Oh, they love it. They love the newer space. Just there's a lot of outside light coming in the space, and that's energizing. Yeah. Just having exterior light is energizing. But also, I think the modern decor is nice, and it's all brand. Everything's new. Yeah. So it's great to have new
amazing.
stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was going to get into branding a little bit with you because of some things. So a long time ago, before, I think I still had DesignTunnel, probably the logo design. I know I did. I already had the logo design. Anyways, me and a couple guys were going to do something. We really wanted to use the name Design Lab, but we used a number 3. Can you see that, Joe? The number 3 for the E, which gets really confusing when you're talking to someone on the phone, and it's like, or they can't find me on the internet because they're looking for DE instead of D3. And then people are like, oh, you're D3 Sign Lab. And you're like, no, we're not D3 Sign Lab. Like, we're horrible. We should have never put a number in our logo. The reason I bring that up is because I've failed before. But, you were PC Executive Services.
Correct.
And now you guys have rebranded to Essential Offices. Why did you change your name, and how is that beneficial?
Well, because the name no longer reflected what we did. I chose,
because a name change for a company is huge.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, I would say the logo of the name is the heartbeat of your company, and you changed it.
And you
just
changed
did
your domain.
That's
hard. So it did try to rebrand without changing the company name.
Yep.
About 10 years ago, and it just didn't work because it didn't. And this time also, a new brand and a new name reflects the dramatic change that we have made, the dramatic update that we have made. But when I first started, executive suites were named after the building. And the name of the building that I started in was Possum Creek Place. So it would have been Possum Creek Executive Suites. Would have been the logical name for what I do and what I went to a banker that was a friend and said, what do you think about this name? And he said, I wouldn't name your business after the building because what if you want to move?
Right.
Which I did, of course. So I named it PC instead of Possum Creek. And then I also wanted to emphasize services, which we still emphasize service. That's still the thing that we lean on the most. So it was PC Executive Services. So it made sense to me. But as the years went past, it didn't make sense. Like if I wanted to sponsor a flag in a golf tournament and PC Executive Services, it's like, what do they do? It doesn't say...
fix computers, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because it's PC, like personal computer.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I started, PCs were
Possum Creek
brand new.
Was it for Possum Creek?
It was for Possum Creek.
Okay.
Because
I didn't know that till today, by the way.
Well, you think about, Apple came out with the 2E in 78. And
I didn't know that either.
yeah, and this is 89. So PCs were still new.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you changed the name.
So I changed the name to reflect just the dramatic change in course that we have done this past year.
What's the feedback on the name change?
Everybody likes it.
Yeah.
Everybody likes it. New colors, new logo.
The PC Executive Services logo, or suites or
services. It's services because we emphasize services.
Yeah. That logo was a very well designed logo, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
I liked
it. Looked great. It's just the
it.
name didn't register with anyone.
The name didn't register. The name didn't say what we do. Your name needs to say what you do, and I think the service part did, but nobody knew about PC or executive.
Yeah.
That was always just a mystery.
Yeah.
So I would say don't have a name that's a mystery. Have a name that says what you do.
Yeah, that's not too confusing. So
Yes.
I just wanted to bring that up because I ran into that a long time ago.
Yes.
And I see people with numbers in their logos. I'm like, oh man, you're going to be repeating yourself all the time when you say, my email is
exactly
Jimmy at D3 sign, let me know. You're like, what? Yeah.
And there's still the S on the end is hard enough. You just don't.
Yeah. So what actions do you want the viewers to take today?
I would say listen to your gut.
Yep.
And to figure out what is really good about you and what you want. And so for me, that was the professional side. I wanted to bring, I wasn't the only one in Oklahoma City doing executive suites back then.
Yep.
But I wanted to bring a professional spin to the industry in Oklahoma City. And I also wanted to bring whatever was in a larger market city to Oklahoma City. So I've always been very conscientious about going out to other cities, seeing what they're doing, and bringing that back to Oklahoma City. And it isn't always exactly what they're doing, because what they do in Dallas or Chicago or Phoenix is not always relevant for Oklahoma City, proudly not relevant for Oklahoma City. So we did change some things, but there are also some really good ideas that, when people come in from Chicago and need offices for a month, that they have what they expect to have. And that's what I wanted.
Maybe I got an idea. You may have already done this. Have you ever went out of state and went to other flex spaces and booked it just to kind of check it out?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
do
awesome.
a tour, but tours is what we do. We live and die by tours. We love doing tours. We love anybody that wants to come find out what we do.
And you can book those. So an action for the audience is go to your website.
Go
We'll
to
throw
the
that up.
website, essentialoffices.com, and book a tour, which is right on the top of the homepage. We love to do tours, even if you want just to find out what we're doing and what the place looks like, and you're just curious. We do tours all day, every day. That's really no big deal. We love to show it off.
And then you have a newsletter.
We do have a newsletter. So at the bottom of the homepage on our website, you can sign up for the newsletter.
Okay.
Or we have Facebook and Instagram pages, and I'm on LinkedIn as well.
Okay.
So we would love to connect through social media.
We'll throw all those links in the description of the episode. So, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just very proud of what we've done in the past year. And how much things have changed, and the result, and the power of a team.
What do you think is next?
New locations.
New locations.
Oh, yeah.
All
I'm already on it.
Get ready. Only Oklahoma or out of state? Or can you tell me?
Right now, it's just Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. Get ready, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment about the episode. Anything you want to say, good or bad, I want to hear it. And then if you are a business owner or you work for a company and you want us to start giving you guys a shout out in our episodes, just leave a comment of the name of the company and what you guys do. And thanks for watching. And
Thank you.
thanks for coming.
All right.